Ma'am, can you stay off your phone, please?
Okay, well, I'm letting somebody know the situation.
What's that?
I'm letting somebody know the situation.
What's the situation, though?
Oh, can I send a text message?
Nope.
Actually, no.
Well, you're being detained.
All right.
And we already asked you don't be on your phone.
I actually don't have nothing else to say.
You don't have nothing else to say?
No.
Okay. All right, just hold that for a second. Stand up for me for a second. You're just being detained as of right now. I'm just going to put you in handcuffs, okay?
On May 7th, 2025, officers responded to a pawn shop where a woman attempted to purchase a $12,000 Rolex using a forged driver's license and a matching fraudulent credit card. When the barcode on the back of that license was scanned, it returned a completely different name and address than what was printed on the face of the document. This is a legal analysis of what followed the detention, the Miranda advisement, the invocation of silence, and the 3 charges that resulted.
Did you guys call us? Did you guys call?
Yeah, we did. So she's trying to scam us with credit fake ID and credit card.
How?
What do you got? What's going on?
I don't have nothing. It's the card.
35 and 25 with all parties. What card do you have? Like, why do they think it's...
American Express and driver license. When I scanned it, it came out with different name and address.
All right, let me take a look. What's your name? Ma'am? What's your name?
My name?
Your name? Emily? Emily what?
Miranda.
And this is your driver's license? All right. Is the address on it correct? And what is that address?
It's the address upstairs, 277.
Okay.
Dennis Road.
Okay. Why are they saying this isn't coming up? What's going on?
I have no idea.
Okay. What's your date of birth?
The 20th of 97 of this month.
Okay. Do you have any other driver's license in any other states?
No.
Alright, just give me a minute, try to figure out what's going on, okay?
Okay.
Alright.
So can I leave?
Nope.
'Cause I have,
No, you can't. You're being detained right now.
Okay, well, I have the Uber waiting for me outside.
Okay, you're being detained right now.
What does that mean?
That means you are not free to go anywhere. Okay? 35 clear too?
Can I talk to you guys? You good for a second?
Can you run me a Connecticut DL?
Hey, how's it going, guys? So what's going on? Yeah.
So she came in with a plan to purchase a Rolex watch, and she tried to use a fake ID and the credit card name matching to fake ID. When I scanned the ID, came out different name and address in my system, so I figured she is trying to scam us. I think she's working with somebody. She texting to some. Maybe she had like a boss on top of her.
Did you give the IDs back
I
to?
gave it to police officer.
Okay, give it to them. Okay, so what was she? How much was she supposed to be purchasing
It
this
was
one?
12,300 total purchase of the Rolex watch.
So she came in for 12,300. What kind of Rolex was it?
It's a Rolex Submariner.
What was it?
A Rolex Submariner.
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 Okay. And then she presented you. What kind of ID was it?
It's a. Don't remember, but you're.
Okay, I'll take a look at it. You don't remember what state it was out of, anything like that. But you said it looked like her, but when you ran it, the address was different.
Address and name was different. When I scanned it, the
Okay.
barcode on the back.
Okay. All right, let me go take a look at it. Yep.
So, for example, what is in our system, Kimberly Harrison,
Mm-hmm.
and the ID itself, Miranda, which matching the card,
Okay.
and completely different address, and the IDs look weird.
Okay, let me take a look at it. Was this the watch that she was supposed to be buying here?
This one.
That one? Okay. Ma'am, can you stay off your phone, please?
Okay, well, I'm letting somebody know the situation.
What's that?
I'm letting somebody know the situation.
What's the situation though?
The situation.
What's that?
Cops.
Cops what?
I don't know.
I told her she's detained right now. The DL's not coming back as anything.
Okay. So, ma'am, stay off your phone, okay? All right. I need you to just have a seat over here, and I need to read something to you before we talk to you, okay? Okay, these are your rights. You speak English fully and understand it? Okay, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him or her present while you are being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questions if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions. You understand that? Okay, so what's going on?
Nothing. I'm here to buy a watch.
Okay. So you came in to buy the Rolex watch?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I mean, so what's the process? Like, what, are you guys gonna like?
So you're being detained right now
What does
because
that mean?
you're not free to leave.
So am I going to jail?
That's the process we're going through. That's why I'm asking you questions so I can figure out what's going on because I can't just come into a situation and arrest you, right?
Right.
Okay. So, can I see those? Okay, so you came in and you presented these two things to them, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any documentation that has your right information on it?
No.
Okay. And who is this on the driver's license?
That's me.
This is you?
That's,
Okay. So you're telling me that your name is Emily Miranda?
I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
There's nobody that name or date of birth.
What's your date of birth?
It's on the ID.
Okay. So you understand how this is becoming kind of suspicious at this point because you don't even know what your date of birth is?
5/20/1997.
Okay. And what is your name and your address?
It's 277 Farm Road, Richfield, Connecticut.
Okay.
06-877.
with a available fingerprint scanner for Alpha 35.
All right. Just hang out with her for a minute. I want to see what their system came back with. Okay.
Nothing.
No, theirs.
Oh, yeah,
understand
yeah.
it.
Much easier if we knew exactly who you were. Because this isn't looking good right now, and if you go up to county jail as a Jane Doe, you're gonna stay up there a lot longer.
Okay. So what? So you guys take me to jail? Yes or no? I understand it.
Well, as of right now, that's a fraudulent driver's license.
So what's?
It was an arrestable offense.
So do you say that? I'm sorry. Do you say that it was unarrestable or not arrestable?
It is.
Alright,
Alright, so we're getting somebody with a fingerprint scanner to come get your real ID. Unless you want to tell it to me. That would make it so much easier on all of us. And you'd be cooperative, which would be much better for you.
Well, can I send a text message?
Nope. Here, we'll go ahead and take that then.
Actually, no.
Well, you're being detained.
Alright.
And we already asked you don't be on your phone.
I'm not on my phone. I
You just said,
asked
can you send text messages? I said no.
Okay, and
Alright,
did I-
so let's not pick up your phone.
Did you see me send a text message or didn't?
Which one's your Uber outside waiting for you?
I mean, if I'm not gonna take it, then does it really matter?
Sure it does. I'll let him know.
I'm pretty sure he's already gone.
Okay.
So is that the story you're sticking with? That this is your real ID, this is your real name, this is your real date of birth? Yes?
I actually don't have nothing else to say.
You don't have nothing else to say?
No.
Okay. All right, just hold that for a second. Stand up for me for a second. You're just being detained as of right now. I'm just gonna put you in handcuffs, okay? All right, just have a seat for a second until the other officer gets here, okay?
Hey, are you Uber by any chance?
Yes.
Who are you waiting for?
Elena.
What's her name?
Tofik.
Long dark hair?
Oh, the girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lena.
Okay, what's the name you have for her? Here, write it down. Oh, Lena, do you have like her first and last name or her?
No, Uber just
Take a look at the 1017
If
and
you want
42
to
zone.
look at the window.
Yeah, who does she Yeah, give me all the info you have if you don't mind.
Lena is
Lena A. Where'd she come from? Where'd you pick her up at? Which one?
Yeah.
Oh, you're just picking her up.
Yeah.
Okay,
just
okay.
picking her up. Yeah. There's some problem?
Yeah, she's not going to be coming with you. She'll be coming with us. All right, so I don't know how you'd go about that fare. Get out of here. Go pick up some more fares. Make some more money.
Thanks so
All right, thank you. Talk to your Uber guy. Do you have your information? You want to verify it or you want to play this game?
I just that I don't have nothing.
You never use it just because this name. Was
Okay,
there, right?
just because, I mean, that's her name.
Lena. That's the name on the number. I mean, like I said, you already have I mean, I'm not going to ask you any more questions because you already said you wanted to exercise your rights, but I'm just saying you already have a fraudulent ID here, so it's already going to be an arrest.
Probably the credit card, too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not telling her this is the start of it. And then when the fingerprint scanner gets here and they fingerprint you, we'll figure out who you are, and then we'll go from there. Okay? What do we got for the first name?
Elena Seba. What's her last name?
Lena A. I got it.
Sound about right? Is it come back with a Florida ID?
Arrested for battery by Lakeshore.
Like a DL number?
Nose, pierce back, tap to your left hand.
I don't know which way left is. No, that's right. No, that's left. Yeah.
All right, you can. So, do you have anything on you that's going to poke us, stick us, or anything like that we need to know about?
No.
All right, you are under arrest. Stand up.
Earring, belly button piercing, anything else? No other piercings?
You want to get those piercings out in booking?
Yeah. I'll look that up there. Put that down there.
Probably has your ID in there.
Probably. Probably that personal.
I'll grab that stuff since you're taking out. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Let's examine the constitutional framework. The first legal issue is reasonable suspicion under Terry v. Ohio, 392 U.S. 1. Decided in 1968. Terry established that officers may briefly detain a person based on reasonable, articulable suspicion of criminal activity without yet having probable cause to arrest. Here, the pawn shop employee gave officers a specific, articulable account. The barcode returned a different name and address. The credit card matched the fake name on the ID, and the subject was attempting to complete a transaction worth $12,300 using both. That is textbook reasonable, articulable suspicion. The Terry stop was legally sound from the moment officers arrived. Detention was proper. The subject was not free to leave, and the officer told her so, clearly and correctly. The second issue, Miranda timing. Under Miranda v. Arizona, 384 U.S. 436, 1,966. A person in custody must be advised of their rights before interrogation begins. The key word is custody, not detention. In Berkemer v. McCarty, 468 U.S. 421,984, the Supreme Court held that a routine investigative stop does not constitute custody for Miranda purposes. This means the officer's initial identification, questions name, date of birth, address were permissible. Without Miranda, the officer made the correct call by reading Miranda rights at approximately 4 minutes 16 seconds before resuming any substantive custodial questioning. The advisement was delivered verbatim, and the subject acknowledged understanding it. That is full procedural compliance. The third issue, invocation of silence. At roughly 9 minutes, 27 seconds, the subject stated, and I quote, "I don't have nothing else to say." Under the Fifth Amendment, and the doctrine established in Burgess v. Tompkins, 560 U.S. 372,010, an invocation of silence must be unambiguous to require officers to stop questioning. This statement was unambiguous, and the officer stopped. He did not circumvent the invocation, did not rephrase the question, did not imply cooperation would help her. He honored it, which is exactly what the Fifth Amendment requires. The fourth issue, handcuffing during an investigative detention. The subject was placed in handcuffs before formal arrest. Courts have held in Washington v. Lambert, 98 F. 3D 1181, 9th Circuit, 1996, that handcuffing during a Terry stop does not automatically convert that stop into a full arrest, provided specific, articulable justification exists. That justification was present here. The pawn shop employee had noted the subject appeared to be texting someone who may have been directing the scheme. Officers had reason to believe she posed a flight risk. The handcuffing was defensible. The fifth issue, identity by fingerprint. After the subject refused to provide her real identity, officers secured a mobile fingerprint scanner. This is both tactically sound and legally unimpeachable. The Supreme Court held in Hybel v. 6th Judicial District, Court of Nevada, 542 U.S. 177, 2004, that a state may require a person to disclose their name during a lawful Terry stop, and that refusal to do so may constitute a criminal offense. Providing a false name as this subject did, repeatedly, and consistently goes beyond refusal. It is active deception of law enforcement during a lawful detention. That conduct became its own independent charge. Probable cause for arrest crystallized at the moment. Fingerprints confirmed the subject's real identity, Elena Seba, and revealed a prior arrest record. At that point, officers had a fraudulent government ID in hand, a credit card bearing a false name, a failed attempt to commit a $12,000 fraud, and biometric proof that she had lied about her identity throughout the encounter. That is more than sufficient probable cause under the Fourth Amendment standard articulated in Illinois v. Gates, 462 U.S. 213, 1983. A fair probability that the subject had committed a crime. Formal arrest was constitutionally sound. 3 charges were filed. First, fraudulent use of a credit card. The subject presented a card bearing a false name in an attempt to complete a purchase exceeding $12,000. This is a felony in most jurisdictions, typically classified under identity theft or financial fraud statutes. Second, possession of a fraudulent driver's license. The subject carried and presented a government-issued ID whose barcode did not match its face, a forged instrument. Possession with intent to deceive is independently chargeable, regardless of whether the underlying fraud was completed. Third, giving a false name while lawfully detained. This charge is the direct product of her refusal to identify herself truthfully. Under Hebel, the legal obligation to provide accurate identifying information during a lawful stop is established. Violation of that obligation is criminal. Now we grade the parties. The 1-grade deduction. The pre-Miranda identification questions, name, date of birth, address were asked before formal custody, was clearly established. While courts generally permit these, under Berkemer, the distinction between investigative questioning and custodial interrogation is fact-specific and proximity-sensitive. A defense attorney would scrutinize that window. The subject receives a D. She entered a pawn shop with a forged ID, a matching fraudulent credit card, and a plan to walk out with a $12,000 watch. When confronted, she provided a false name, a false date of birth, and a false address and maintained that false identity through multiple rounds of questioning. Her sole legally correct decision was invoking her Fifth Amendment right to silence, but it came after she had already made multiple voluntary statements contradicted by physical evidence. Those statements are admissible. The invocation did not retroactively protect what she had already said. Key lessons from this encounter. Second, invoking your right to silence requires a clear, unambiguous statement. The subject's phrasing, "I don't have nothing else to say," was sufficient. Ambiguous invocations may not trigger the obligation to stop. Clarity protects you. Third, biometric identification cannot be defeated by silence. Refusing to provide your name is a legal right in some contexts, but fingerprints, when lawfully obtained, return your real identity regardless. Withholding your name only adds a charge. It does not protect your identity. Fourth, each element of a fraud scheme carries independent criminal exposure. The ID, the credit card, and the false name were 3 separate charges, not one. Layered criminal conduct compounds legal jeopardy, not just moral culpability. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic you would like us to cover in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out our second channel, Audit the Court, for more police interaction and courtroom content.